But I have a problem with it. I seriously have a problem with it. And this week was the first time that I actually felt like I kind of needed to talk to a therapist about it. Because, like, what's wrong with me? We've got a plumbing problem and it needs to be seen to today. And it was seen to today. They came and looked at it. Today. We're going to McKay's bookstore in West Nashville. And if you've never heard of McKay's, oh my goodness, it's like the Walmart of books and media and things like that. Used. Yeah, keyword. Also, we're going to be selling my camera, hopefully, in the process to McKay's. So I'm hoping to find some Frida McFadden books, because I read a book of hers last week, The Boyfriend, and oh my gosh, it was so good. Yeah, who knows what we'll get into today. We started off the morning with Dunkin'. I tried to order 3 little munchkins because, donut holes, but obviously, I am not tuned in to the rules because you have to at least buy 10. And I ordered I want to try 3 munchkins. Can I get just 3 munchkins? No, you may not have 3 munchkins. You have to buy 10. So I did try the pumpkin one. It was good. And while we waited, I snuck another one and had the glazed.
She thought she snuck another one, but she didn't.
George might have had one.
I might have had one blueberry.
Alright, so we'll see what we get into this week. A few days. Spending a few days with me here. Oh my goodness, it's gonna be a busy week or two. And we have some exciting things happening. The cleaning person is starting at Mom's. My sister has a surgery coming up very soon, and so we're keeping her in our thoughts as well. And we do plan on going to the hospital for that. Yeah, just
September
lots of things
to be busy.
Lots of things going on, and I'm not sure, where the footage will begin and end with this vlog, but all those things are on the horizon, as is fall and all the decorating. So we're gonna have quite a busy week or two here.
Busy 4 months is my guess.
Yeah. All right, let's get on with it. I am looking forward to McKay's. I think it'll be fun. What is that?
Violin.
Violin.
Bought it at a yard sale for $5.
right, we got that much to trade. All right, so I turned in all of my camera equipment and I got a number. It's a little claim ticket and you watch for your number on the screen. I'm gonna go shopping and wait for my number to pop up on the screen. I don't know what's wrong with my voice. Time for a little bit of thrifting. It's funny to declutter and get rid of stuff
And then go thrifting.
and then go thrifting and try to find more stuff.
But it'll be a bargain.
I'm really just kind of looking for maybe some decorations. I don't know, just cute stuff, different stuff. I like to swap out my decorations, just have some new and different things. And occasionally you find books. Here we are, let's see what we find. We're at This and That thrift shop. I'll get a burger. It's so hard to decide because we hardly ever come here. Squash casserole sounds good, but it won't go with a burger.
Will if you order it.
Baked potato would go with a burger. Right, I'm going to get a burger. That sounds good. They have the whole wheat.
Twice the fun, twice the blizzard.
It is Friday. A lot can happen in a day, so nothing too bad, but definitely a few changes I thought I would discuss with you. All right, so we were supposed to be taking my mother to tour assisted living today, and I was just so relieved, excited that she had finally agreed to go and look at it, because time is moving on, y'all, and as much as neither of us really feel that it's time for that to happen, if we don't get some information in our back pocket, she's going to find herself having to accept life as it comes or as we can make it happen. And I'd really like for her to have a choice. We had it scheduled, Wednesday. I think she called me to ask me when we were going, and I reminded her it was Friday today. And then yesterday she called me and said, "Oh, I'm so sorry. You'll have to cancel assisted living because Lowe's is coming Friday to install a storm door." You know, it is what it is. So I've tried to help, and it's a good thing that we are not doing that today, because we have a leak in the sink and we just really need to take care of ourselves here. Plumber's on the way. What we thought was the dishwasher turned into something stopping up the pipes to George fixing it, we thought. But I think what happened was the pipe leaked and is broken, and that's why everything's flowing. So it is now going into the walls and into our basement downstairs. All the things that I did under the kitchen cabinet, made it really easy for George. All he had to do is pick up those little containers, if you remember that video a week or two ago. Made it really easy for him. He did have to lift all of that out, and we're ready for the plumber to come. They're probably going to have to tear into the floor, which we just recently fixed in the last year, replacing it where we had the leak last time when this happened, and they had to tear up the floor. The ceiling was all messed up, and I'm not sure it hadn't gotten into the carpet, because it smells like old wet carpet down there now in the basement. So thousands of dollars in damage, more than likely, and plumbing fees and all of that included. So here we go again. This house has had more leaks than anything I've ever seen. But at least this is the one section left in the house that has not been completely replaced with better piping. So we'll see how all that goes and how much all that costs. But that's where we are today. So yay! We don't have to go to assisted living today because, we probably would have had to cancel anyway. So it's all good. It's all good. The Lord is in charge. If we never get to assisted living, it was meant to be. All I can do is my best, and the universe, it's always fighting against me. And I'm kind of a little bit tired of having to fight against the universe back. But that's okay. We'll talk about that coming up next. And that is just, I'm kind of doing away with my to-do list, and I know that's kind of a shocker to just kind of go cold turkey. And when I say cold turkey, I've become enslaved to my to-do list. And if you've watched my channel for a while or read my blogs for a while, you will know that I've become enslaved to my to-do list, and what I have intended to be a tool for me has really just made me enslaved to it. And I just woke up, I thought about it yesterday. I fussed about it yesterday on my blog. I'll put the blog name and the title of the blog here if you want to go into the details. On the video, I can't always go as deep into my thoughts and things that are going on and how I feel about things, because it just makes the videos really long when I sit and have these chats. But I blogged about it yesterday, and one of my viewers / blogger friends talked to me about it, on a little chat session yesterday, and kind of let me work through why I did what I did and what I really needed. And so I woke up this morning having slept on it, and I just decided the to-do list is not going to be like that anymore. And I can't go into all the details with it, but it's just once I got going with it and I put all the things in there, then I just kind of became enslaved to all the things. And you'll have to read the blog to kind of see the background of that and why and all of that. But to make this shorter, I just decided I'm not going to do the to-do list like that anymore. I'm not going to be enslaved to it. I am going to allow myself to put key things on there that I need to remember to do, like paying my mother's bills, because it's not an everyday thing, and I usually program it to the next day where I know I need to send a bill so it'll get there on time. And, it'll be things like that. Or if I need to remember something, to do something 2 weeks from now, I'll have to write it on my to-do list. It's just got to be key things. But I've been plugging everything in on there. Even when to shower, because I was trying to stage the timing. It's like I would put my day in order, how I needed it to happen, and I would need to plan time for my shower in there. And I would just be so frustrated and enslaved to this to-do list by probably noon, 2, 3, because I would see I'm not going to be able to get all this done. So I just decided, okay, I will look at the list and get the top 3 things off of it that I need to do for the day. I'm not even looking at the house cleaning. I had gone to great pains in the last year to put in all of the housework chores and spread them out across the month or the week or whatever, just so that I wouldn't feel like I had to spend 4 hours a day cleaning. I just scheduled the tasks, and they would pop up and I would do them on that day. And if we were gone, I would schedule it the next day. And it was fun doing that for a while until I became enslaved by it. The whole reason behind it, I will say, is that I'm trying to be a responsible person. I'm trying to do all the things. So I would schedule all the things and then plan when I would do them in the day. But I'm not getting to do all the things, and it's frustrating. So I've just decided that it's more fun to wake up in the morning and just kind of have a come what may day. Yeah, look over the list, see if there's anything important that day that you needed to remember. Maybe I'll continue using the iPhone reminder list. It is a great tool for just about any of those things. You can do so many things with it. But I have a problem with it. I seriously have a problem with it. And this week was the first time that I actually felt like I kind of needed to talk to a therapist about it. Because, what's wrong with me? Why do I need this list so badly? I worked through it with myself and with the blog buddy that I mentioned that had read my blog and said, hey, why don't you try these things? And, we kind of walked through some of that. And if I feel like I'm not accomplishing what I need to do, it's okay to set maybe a time block of like, okay, I'm going to see what I can do as far as housework in the next hour and a half, or it's time to work on videos, or let's set a creativity time for 2 hours because I'm not getting my creativity time. I end up doing responsibilities first, and I do consider my videos, getting those each week, as part of my responsibilities because I've made the commitment to you guys to get it out. But when it comes to improving the vlog or doing training or additional creating in Canva to make the vlogs better, or spending time planning and creating and writing a vlog out and then doing the shots according to that, I'm just not getting those kind of creative times, and it's been frustrating for me. So I don't want to make this video really ultra long, but that's what's been going on in my head. And so this morning I woke up and said, no more to-do list. I glanced it over just to see if there was anything I really had to do. And there were some really things that were important to me to get done. Like I was thinking I would reschedule the assisted living. And it's like, you know what? I had that scheduled. It was overridden because Mom wanted her storm door more. She knew when the appointment was. She called to check and she scheduled something over it. If it's not urgent to her, why on earth would it be urgent to me? I'm not doing that today. I'm not rescheduling it. I may not reschedule it anytime this year. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. It just depends on what I want to do that day, because from now on, when I get up in the morning, it'll just be kind of a mystery day. I'm going to do what I feel needs to be done the most. And that was what was always so lovely about Saturdays when I worked. Saturdays, you'd get up, have coffee. Yeah, you'd have things you wanted to do in the day, but you would just walk around the house and do what you wanted and still get a lot of the important stuff done, but not all of it, but you'd still kind of get what you wanted to get done too. And that's what I needed to do. I need to do that for me. That's where we are today. That's where we are on the to-do list after I've done all this work. Putting it in there, it just became the beast. And it's like, no, not going to do that anymore. So I've had an enjoyable day today. I've not done a lot of housework. I don't think I've done any housework today. And honestly, the housework is probably going to be what slips the most. Or I might forget to check Mom's bank today. I'm not going to do that every day anymore. Why? I don't need to do that anymore. I'm going to look at it when I pay her bills. And if that's not good enough, then because I got to have more time in my day to do things that I want to do, because I'm retired now and I can do that. And there's no reason to be enslaved by the to-do list. That's okay. The universe fights against me, and I really don't have to fight back. I can choose to fight back, or I can just choose to look to Jesus and God and let them do the fighting back. And still going to do the best. I'm still going to try to be the best person I can be, but I'm not going to be on a hamster wheel. I'm not playing that game anymore, and I'm just going to wake up in the morning and let it be a mystery day. What gets done, gets done. It's going to be managed by my brain, not something on the phone that tells me what to do, even though I'm the one that programmed it. I program it, and then I don't want to do what I've programmed, so I'm not. All right, and now I wanted to show you my haul for the day, so let's do that next. Okay, guys, I actually moved around a little bit in the office. I just wanted to show you, first of all, I bought some clothes at the thrift shopping yesterday. You know me and my greens and blues and jade colors. I really like this. It looked warm. It looked big enough. And it was $10.99. So that was probably the biggest splurge. It had a hood. In the past, I really haven't liked hoods, but sometimes when we're out, I do have one or two pieces that that have a hood. And sometimes when it's either really cold or kind of misting or whatever, rainy, I can just throw this over my head, and it's come in handy a couple of times. And it's not a heavy material, so I think I really don't like heavier materials with hoods. Definitely have gotten out of the heavier sweatshirts. In Tennessee, it can get cold, but not for long. The really deep temperatures are probably mid-January to mid-February. I have enough clothes to cover that month, so I did buy, I really don't have anything with like a cowl neck anymore. I don't know if that style is in or not, but I just saw it and thought, I really want that sweater. So I haven't tried any of these things on. I hope they fit. If not, I haven't invested much, but browns can be my color, and this one was $7.99. I had said in the past, you know, I have enough black tops and things to wear with black. But for $6.99, and this one just looked really cute. It looked like it would fit. And it had a really cute design on it. Isn't that cute? I mean, for $6.99, I thought it would be a very good basic thing to have in my closet. Because, you know, the things that I have are just not that cute, honestly. All right, so we live in the land of Titans. And I also like blue anyway. And if we do happen to go to Dallas, there you go. You've got your Dallas colors there. This was $3.99. Just very basic scarf, which I liked a whole lot. All right, this scarf, it's really interesting. This one was $5.99. But, you know, if you've got some solid colors going on in your wardrobe, you can dress it up with this, you know. You can take a basic shirt and throw this around it. I thought that was cute. It's kind of silly, but kind of cute for $5.99. All right, now we get back into my colors. You know, I love that color right there. And some of that color, that lightest color, is probably going to be what I paint the office. I kind of, if you have noticed, that color is kind of in my Less Hustle More Coffee brand. I just had to have it because they're my colors. So this one is $3.99. I had enough scarves, but I had enough clothes, but I just had to have those. So the rest of it is books. We got them at two different places. One of them was McKay's, and then the other one was in one of the thrift shops that we went to. The Stowaway, which sounded interesting. It's about a guy that decided to leave home and be a stowaway on a boat, I guess. I don't know. I'll have to read it and find out. Lee Stewart's The New Neighbor. That one sounded interesting to me. I don't think I'll have time to... There's too many books for me just to kind of go into all of it, but I'm just going to hold them up and tell you what they are. Greer Hendricks and Sarah Buchanan, and I don't know if I'm saying that right. You Are Not Alone. I've heard people talk about that one. Also, they have another one called An Anonymous Girl. So there's that one. And then there is Frida McFadden. I bought several of her books because I blew through the one I read, The Boyfriend, in 3 days. So this is The Housemaid. I know a lot of you have read that already. Frida McFadden's The Crash. This is another Greer Hendricks. It's The Wife Between Us. That should be interesting. And The Housemaid is Watching. And I don't know the relationship to The Housemaid is Watching. Is that like the second book, or is this one the first book? I mean, I don't know. Let me know what you know. I haven't really checked into it yet. But I thought it might be a continuation. I don't know. So that's what we have. Now, we're going to keep our spirits uplifted. And if we can't, we're going to dive in. We're going to dive into an alternate universe, and everything's going to be okay. So we'll check in with you guys in the next day or two, and I'll let you know what's going on. Well, I'm sitting here editing and working on a video. I had the dogs in here with me because Lee Company came, and I kind of knew this was going to be the case because what we have going on here is probably going to be a big job. It's $4.49. I kind of figured that they would come see us to appease us because they know that, you know, we've got a plumbing problem and it needs to be seen to today. And it was seen to today. They came and looked at it. Of course, they don't have the parts that they need to do the job. The weekend is upon us, as always. And not only the weekend, but a holiday weekend. It is Labor Day weekend. So Monday, of course, everybody's off. So they're coming Tuesday. So I guess our Labor Day plans, probably all our plans are canceled because we can't wash dishes. So maybe I should look at it as an opportunity to get to eat out all freaking weekend long. I guess we'll have to figure out Labor Day because I don't even know what's open. Surely something will be open. This too shall pass. But why does everything always happen on a weekend? Always, always does. Always does. I guess it could be worse. You know, it definitely could be worse. But yeah, that's what we're dealing with now. Labor Day plans just changed. Is all messed up and we don't have a kitchen sink.
We got plastic forks though.
We decided to do Chinese takeout, and when we do Chinese takeout, we usually do it where we can have it for 2 nights. So like tonight, tomorrow night. We usually order like 3 dishes, and I mean, we just have mega food. We have enough for lunches too, probably, if we want, but we go to church tomorrow and we'll be eating somewhere else probably for lunch. We did have a little bit of sake, and I don't really like a whole lot of sake, but it's okay if it's dry. And we've got these cute little sake cups that George found somewhere. The point is, when everything fouls up and life is not going exactly the way you want it to, you can make it fun. And so that's kind of what we're doing for 2 nights.
Yeah, I said let's pretend we're in a giant RV for 3 or 4 days.
Yep. So we are just gonna have Chinese for a couple of nights. And when the sink and the plumbing messes up, you get takeout. And you got a dog that loves you even more when you smell like a Chinese takeout meal. Hey guys, it is Sunday now, and we've been to church, and we got Mom her groceries and all of that. I'm back home, and tomorrow is September 1st, and I really thought that I would start a new vlog tomorrow. Kind of get into the decorating and the fall feel, and just focus on a new vlog from there. It just seemed like a good cutoff. And this one is getting pretty long now that I talked about my to-do list. And speaking of the to-do list, I thought it would be fun just to kind of let you know how it's been without a to-do list. Let me know if you find this intriguing at all. If you may not even enjoy me talking about these types of things. But I know a lot of you recently, you know, have said that you really like it when I open up to you and let you know all the things. So that's kind of what I've been doing for part of this vlog. So let's just talk about how it's been for the last 2 days. The best way I can describe it is like being on stage without your script. Of course, nobody except you guys and probably George is really watching my life, you know. Yeah, I know it's on YouTube, but I mean, I just woke up yesterday and felt like I was on stage without a script. And I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? That's kind of how it felt. It's like I didn't know what to say and I didn't know what to do. And then I'm like, but this is what you wanted. And it felt great. It was very freeing because I felt like it was just what I wanted. It's like, okay, the whole day is before me and I can just write the script as we go along. And I felt like I had my life back, you know. So it was a little daunting though, as far as me going, what is it that I'm forgetting? So I did remember to take my blood pressure meds and my supplements. I thought that I might forget those things, but I did kind of ingrain it in my head that I need to do those things. I usually check on my mother every day. I woke up this morning and was thinking about all the things we needed to do today, and part of it was getting her groceries, and I'm like, oh, I forgot to call my mother yesterday. What would prompt me to forget my mother? Well, we just kind of had a busy afternoon, you know, doing all the things. I think we went and got Chinese and brought it home, and we were talking, and then we watched a show and went to bed. We were taking care of the dogs, and it was just, sometimes it's just a good thing to just be in your own bubble and forget the rest of the world. So I didn't mean to forget you, Mom. I'm sorry. But I kind of needed that right now. Just look at it that way. I just kind of needed some time there. There's going to be some things I have to remember. So my rules are kind of this. It's like if I can put appointments on the list, and I can put anything on the list that I know that I'm going to have trouble remembering, because that's kind of what a reminder list is for. So I can put those things on there, like, you know, if Mom has an appointment, or I need to remind myself to call her the day before for that appointment. Because there are some things, if I get involved in, that I may not think about on a given day. So I am okay to use a to-do list like a normal person would. I am allowing myself to wake up in the morning and add something to the list if it's truly something that I want to accomplish for that day. And I think that's what your daily to-do list is. And it needs to be maybe 3 items, something like that are just like a key goal. So as you know, I have all these projects that I want to finish by the end of the year. And in the past, I would spread those out and schedule them for, you know, the week ahead and months ahead or whatever. And I would wake up in the morning and there they would be, without having to go into a lot of details. But I decided that I would take all those projects and just hear me out. I did go back to a matrix so that I could list all the projects, not assign them, but just have them in order of importance. So like the first column are things that I really want to get accomplished right away. And the next things are for when these get done. Those are the ones I want to do next. And then I have the third and the fourth column. So the third column is kind of like, yeah, if I can, let's get them done this year. And the fourth column basically is just stuff to do next year. That's kind of how I have it broken down. And that made me feel good because I am only allowing myself to look at that list once a week. I can look at that matrix on a weekly basis when I do my normal Saturday planning and just decide what of those projects that I'm going to do or try to do this week. So that first column, those are my priority projects. Those are the only projects that I can look at for that week. But it's not going to be in my daily agenda. It's just going to be parked there for ideas of things that I can do that week when I've done everything else I want to do that day. And I think that's going to work for me. And I'm sorry if this is long, But I know some of you are interested in this, and if others of you might not be, please let me know, because I don't want to dwell on things that you guys, for the most part, are not interested in. But it's probably intriguing to some of you how a brain could work this way, and I don't even know why I'm wired for this. But I will say, yeah, there's been a few things I've forgotten. Nothing has been major. It has mainly felt very freeing, and I feel better about life. I feel less burdened. I feel more carefree. I'm happier. I've still got a handle on my projects, so I'm not losing myself there. I think it's going to bring better balance. This has just been the weirdest thing. I never dreamed that I would be having these issues in retirement, but it may seem like a minor thing to some people, but this has been a major thing for me. Like, I've just been trying to push myself and keep focused so much to the point that I haven't allowed myself to relax enough. But I think the primary problem is that I haven't been able to use my brain during the day. I would just feel like I had to follow the script. And I think that takes away a lot of creativity. It takes away a lot of using your brain muscles. And so I'm looking forward to being able, since I ditched everything else, I was able to spend some creative time on Canva. And that was beautiful. I got something done that had been on my list for 4 months, if not 8. I don't even know. It's been on there a long time. And I just haven't allowed myself the creativity time because, I need to be scrubbing something or doing something for mom or, doing all the things. And it's like, no, you just decide every moment what you're going to do in that moment. And I am loving it. I am going to go ahead and close the vlog here, but I will let you know next week. You'll have to stay tuned and come back. The plumber's coming, and then we'll get into some fall decor, and I'm really, really, really excited about decorating the house, giving it a refreshed look and making it cozy, and also going to be looking at getting a little more creative in my content with you guys, since I am not going to be following a to-do list moment by moment and letting it rule my life. Yeah, I think the housekeeping is probably going to slip the most, but we'll see. We'll get the most important things done. We will. I hope. I'll let you know if I forget anything big, but I just feel so free. So anyway, thank you for being here, guys. Go ahead and give me a like if you like the content. That really, really helps me out a lot. And then let me know if anything resonated with you. I don't know if you ever have any problems with your to-do list. I never realized that I was having a problem with it, but I think I was. And I'm so glad to feel so free about it. So let me know your thoughts on anything in the video, especially the to-do list, and stay tuned. We'll see what happens with the plumber. I'm curious myself. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, guys, and we will see you next week. Y'all have a good week. Bye now.